Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of my Monday Make It, Send It videos. So my name is Lori Helvig and I come to you from Lori's Stampin' Creations. And here's my blog. I do have a blog that you can visit, and I'll move that up just a little bit out of the way. But here is the card that I'm going to make for one lucky person tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to make another card. I made this ahead of time at a class. So this was a class project, and I'm going to make another card just like this to send both of these cards to a couple of my stamping friends in the next couple of days. So that's the idea behind my Monday Make It, Send It video. So if you make a card, you have to send it out. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with this new product actually with Stampin' Up. So we have the tulip stamp set, which looks like this, Timeless Tulips. And it is in the brand new mini catalog that is coming up in January. And along with that set is a matching tulip punch. So the big image here will be punched out. The little one, it won't work on, but the bigger tulip, and then it's got one of the leaves there that you can punch out. So there's that. And if you have not seen the mini catalog, I'll show you what it looks like. And if you still need a copy of this mini catalog or a copy of the Celebrations booklet, be sure to let me know and I can get you a copy of both of those. And with the card, I'm going to bring this up a little closer here. I used an embossing folder that's in the new book also, and it's called Coastal Weave 3D Embossing Folder, and it's in the new catalog, like I said. If you do have a book, it's on page 39, and I really like this folder because, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see this image. Both sides are really good. It's hard to decide which texture to use, but you've got this image, and then you can also turn it up over, of course, and it looks like that. So on this card, I used the more detailed one. But anyway, I thought that was pretty. My color combo that I used on this card, I used Daffodil Delight, and then Old Olive, Flirty Flamingo, and then, of course, Whisper White. So the new products, what else did I use that was new? Oh, the ribbon, this yellow ribbon is new, and Daffodil Delight, and I use that for my bow. And we talked about the embossing folder, and I think that's all the new stuff. I use the rectangle stitch dies for the white piece, and it's a hot dog cut, as they say, so it opens long ways like this. And then I just use some retired washi tape down here for just a little bit on the inside because it brings out the Flirty Flamingo there. So before I go ahead and make the other card that I'm going to make, though, I want to show you a couple things that you might not have seen. This is our brand new paper cutter. Isn't it cute? It's just a little mini paper cutter, and it has a guillotine arm. And it's so super cute. Stinking cute, even. How's that? And then there's some paper. There's you can get a sampler of all the papers. So here, if I can get these close enough here. Okay, that's one side, and then you turn it over, and the other side looks like that. So that's part of it. And then the other part, I had to divide this up because it was too big to get all in one swoop here. So here's some more paper. Oh, let's put this on top because that's real pretty. So just a sampler of all the designer papers that you can get in the book, and you can get these for free. You can get a sample pack of the 6x6, and you can get this cute little paper cutter if you sign up as a demonstrator in January for celebration. So the kit is $99, and you get your Stampin' kit like you would normally get, and then in addition to that $99 kit, you get this paper cutter and that sampler pack for free. So just something to consider during celebration. And you don't have to do a business side of it like I do. You can just sign up and get your discount on all your free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff, right? So if you're a demonstrator, we get a ton of free stuff. So anyway, moving right along. I've got, like I said, the long piece of yellow here. So it was 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2 in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and glue my old olive on there. So I hope y'all had a good weekend. Here in Central Illinois, we got snow Sunday night. So quite a bit of snow, actually. I don't know, it started maybe, depending on where you live in Central Illinois, it started 3:30, maybe a little earlier for some people. But then it did snow a lot, and then this morning when I went to work, of course there was snow-covered roads and things like that. So anyway, that's what I kind of dealt with this morning when I woke up. So hopefully you had a good weekend wherever you're from. But 'tis this time of year, if you live in Central Illinois, that's what we deal with. So if you don't like it here, I guess we have to move south for the winter. That would be nice. I've always wondered what it would be like to be a snowbird and just move down there during the winter months. Oh well. Okay, so with the piece of white that I cut out, like I said, it's the stitch die. Can you see that? Let me bring it up a little closer. That white has the stitching around it, and that's where I'm actually going to stamp my tulips. So anytime you use photopolymer, don't forget to use your matte, because your photopolymer stamps will be a lot better image if you use some foam underneath them, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start with the old olive stems. Okay, I'm going to stamp one over here, like so, and then stamp another one. Kind of crisscross them just a little bit at the bottom. So I've got 2 stems, like so, with the old olive, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp, like I said, the smaller tulip does not, it won't cut out. I just am going to stamp it directly on this cardstock here. So I always like to do my stems first. Personal preference, you know, everybody has their own way. I do the stems first, and then I'm going to add the flower to the top. And I ran it off the edge of the paper a little bit, which is just fine. And then the bigger tulip, I'm going to stamp on a scratch piece of white. And voila, this is real. It's one of those distinctive stamps, so you can really see the 3D looks. Look how pretty that tulip is. Very detailed with the shades of white and Flirty Flamingo in there. So I really love that tulip. And that will punch out with, like I said, the tulip punch. Get it lined up here. Kind of nerve-wracking to line something up when you're making a video. Usually it doesn't take me this long. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so we're going to go use dimensionals and put that tulip, raise it up a little bit. Okay. So is everybody ready for Christmas? How many times have you heard that in the last couple of weeks? Are you ready for Christmas? Yeah, I don't ever really get ready until till it's here. And then I'll say, I'm ready. Until that time, I don't really get too worked up about it. Okay, so again, I ran that tulip off a little bit. Ran that tulip off. We're going to go ahead and stamp some leaves on here using our old olive. So I'm just going to have one on each I'm going to run this one off a little bit too, of course. But I love this tulip. Be great in the springtime. I don't know about you, but I was pretty sick of Christmas cards, so it's like, you know what? I want to show something springy. So this really fits the bill with our spring tulips there. Okay, so I think we're done with our stamping, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the card. All right, so remember, these cards will get mailed tomorrow or the next day, and you might be a lucky recipient of one of these cards. Now, this one does say happy birthday, but what I like to do is I'll go ahead and send this card anyway, and I won't write in it, so whoever I send it to, they can use it as a birthday card and send it out to somebody else. And then the one that I'm making right now, I'm actually doing hello, which is in that stamp set. See, you've got hello and you've got Happy Mother's Day and birthday and all that. So I am using the hello right now. And I did this for a reason. I've got one through the punch and then the other one is straight because I'm going to use our classic label punch again. And put this in here. Oh, if I can get it. There we go. And I'm just going to make it a little shorter. So that's why I did it that way. I'm going to punch out another one. This one with a happy birthday, of course, it has to be longer. But with hello being shorter, see the difference? How that's just cut a little smaller is all. So I'm going to go ahead and use dimensionals on that as well. And looks like I'm going to cut. I forgot my mini dimensionals. My tiny one, so I'm just going to cut this in half of our regular size dimensionals and put this on here. And our ribbon. So I should have had my yellow ribbon tied ahead of time. I dropped the ball on that one. Okay, so we're going to put a hello right there. And how do you tie a bow? This is how I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way, but this is how I do it. Okay, so I just go like this, flip it over like this. See, if I would have had this done ahead of time, I wouldn't be so nervous. But that's just how I do it. I start out really, really loose, and then you can always tighten it and work it up the way you want. Stampin' Up ribbon is really easy to work with and maneuver the way you want. So then you end up with a tiny bow that looks like that. And then we're going to use a dimensional, or excuse me, a glue dot. There we go. And put this on here. I'll use a couple little glue dots because that's just what I like to do to make sure it's really stuck on there. Okay, I will cut the edges of this ribbon off, but my good scissors are over there. So for right now, use your imagination, so that'll be trimmed down. But there you go. There's the one that says hello, and this is the one that says happy birthday. And I will be sending these out to some stamping friends. I appreciate you stopping by. Have a good night.